200. So we can get some questions about how to do CT2. So this will be real quick run through. It's really not that difficult. So don't overcomplicate it, guys. Okay. Right. So this is June 17th. Okay. And this is your home page. And I'm going to run right into the critical thinking assignment page. All right. So you click right here on your taskbar. All right, and off we go. All right, so we've already done CT1. I'm going to race right through that. Here's CT2. It explains of course, why we're doing this. Okay, the learning objectives. It's just to get a feel of really the fiscal financial consequences of having healthcare problems when you get older, which is a huge deal. And you then we'll compare that later on. We get into the economics of aging. We start talking about the income levels that people have, median levels on average, and you'll see that this is a serious problem for older people. All right. So that's what that's all about. This is how you go and get to the data. Right. This describes what we want. Okay. The first thing we kind of run through it real clearly. Okay. We just want you to pick apart this. Okay. So you can copy this figure if you wish, but really want you just to say, okay, when you look at the average out-of-pocket expenses, you see by far the biggest component of the out-of-pocket expense, 42% of your healthcare expenses annually are going to be the premiums. Okay, that's how much you pay for your Medicare insurance. Okay, and then we ask you to then list, the remaining. It says the top four out-of-pocket expenses. Okay, and we see right here that the services that you have to pay. Okay, we start with long-term care facility expenses. On average, these are the most expensive ones. Okay, so this would be, you get bumped to a nursing facility after hospitalization. Okay, medical provider supplies expenses. Okay, so that would be you spend 3 days in the hospital, and then you get sent to a long-term care facility. Prescription drugs, dental services, da 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 da. Okay, all right. So that's the way this is listed right there. So just it's kind of real easy and straightforward. So don't worry about that. All right. So then we want you to be analytic. Okay, and this is parts 2 and 3. Okay. We want you to choose two groups, and you use those same two groups when you access this graphic and the second graphic right here. Okay, and as indicated, when we describe this, you can use gender in your analysis. Okay, or you can use race and ethnicity in your analysis. Let me scroll down here. Okay, and again, this is the rubric right here. Right, so here we are in the analysis part. In your selection, okay, like I said, you choose gender, you can choose race or ethnicity, you can choose education level, and then you see what the outcome is right here. Okay, and you analyze that across the board. All right, so let's just go into the link. All right, so we're going to click right here. All right, and it's loading. Okay, and it'll take a little while to load, and that's what happens online. Okay, and boom, 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 boom. Okay, we're in. All right, so again, this is some verbiage that describes everything for the first part of the question, part one of the question. Again, this can be 2 to 4 pages long. Okay, um, anytime you want to copy a figure. Okay, so if you want to include this figure, you can. You don't have to. You can just describe it. This is part one. You just do, again, you can do a screen share, save, and then shrink it down by cropping the photo in PowerPoint, or you can just grab this image. If you have, and I know there's a similar keystroke with a Windows and with a Mac, sorry, but mine is a PC in Microsoft Windows, so I just look at the very bottom of my keyboard, Control Function, and then there's that Windows key. Okay, looks like a little window, and then you press the Windows key, you hit Shift and S all at the same time, and then you see what just happened. This little box right here is saying whatever you outline will be copied. Okay, so I just go like this, and I go like this, and I go like that, and then Boom. Okay, so now I've copied it. Okay, and then I could go, for example, to this page, and I hit paste, and there it is. Okay, right. So this is another class I'm teaching right there. Right, so that's how that works. All right, cool. I just want to be pretty straightforward on that. All right. So then you're going to go down here and you're going to choose some groups. Okay, I'll accept the cookies like here. Okay. All right. So this is already looking at one category for you. Okay. Supplemental coverage. Okay. So do you have Medicaid, which is supplemental? Okay. Employee sponsored supplemental, Medigap supplemental, or no supplemental coverage. Okay. And then you look down here at the out-of-pocket expenses. If you don't have supplemental coverage, that means you have no other source of money to pay for the coverage, so it's out of pocket. Okay. Medigap is an insurance policy, so it's going to reduce the out-of-pocket compared to having nothing. Okay. Employer sponsored is even better. Okay. And then there are special rules with Medicaid. Right. So let's go in here and choose a group. Okay. Let's choose education level. All right. Alrighty. So out-of-pocket healthcare spending. Right. So this shows right here that you're going to demand higher services. All right. So you're going to go see multiple doctors. You're going to have a lot more out-of-pocket coverage. You're going to get the best insurance. So I have a PPO that's more expensive than an HMO. Okay, because I can afford it. All right. So that would be in your analysis. All right. So this is group one, and then I would you see down here less than high school education. Um, you're not going to pay so much in terms of premiums because you can't afford it. Okay, and a higher percentage is going to be those services that you're going to avoid, and so people die, and that's what it is. Okay, so I can come down here again. Okay, and so I chose education level, and I have education level here again. Okay, and this looks at the average types of out-of-pocket expenses. Okay, so when you have a higher income, you're going to spend more money on, see right there, okay, dental, right? When you have a lower income, you're not going to spend a whole lot of money on dental because you don't have it. Your teeth go bad, and they are just a cascade of healthcare consequences. Okay, all right. So the rich get richer here. That's what that's all about. All right. So that's group one. All right. Same drill. Okay. So you just what I would do here. So I would do my Windows key. Okay. Here I'm going to turn on my audio so you can hear that go. All right. Cool. All right. So I'm going to do Windows key shift. Windows key shift S. There it is again. Okay. So I'm going to select the group. Actually, you know what? Here, watch this. Boom. I didn't like that because I want to have this in my title. Sorry about that. Okay, Windows key Shift S. All right, so I'm going to select this as my figure, and I could put it directly into my Word document. Okay, or I could put it into the PowerPoint just to save it. Okay, so I'm just going to put it into the PowerPoint just to save it. All right, I'm going to hit New Slide, and then boom, there it is. Okay, all right, and then you can transfer that over to your Word document. So that's pretty straightforward. All righty. So that's group one, and you saw how I analyzed it. All right, let's look at another group. Okay, so we did education level. Okay, let's take a look at, let's see, how about race and ethnicity? All right, all righty, and then we're going to come down here, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do race and ethnicity, and you could go. You saw down there it was race, and ethnicity by gender. The sky's the limit. Okay, so you just choose what you want to look at. Okay. Alrighty, so we're looking again here at overall. Okay, this is your average out-of-pocket healthcare spending. Okay, and we see over here, okay, that white people pay more money on their premiums because they can. Okay, we see Black and Hispanics are about the same. Okay, and then the out-of-pocket services, these are things that that you have to pay beyond what the insurance is going to cover. Okay, and we see that have a higher proportion of this is seen in these ethnic groups than are white people. Okay. All right, we could go down here, and we'll do the same thing, and we'll look by group. Okay, and race and ethnicity. All right, and again, we see this tendency for a lot more expenditures. Okay, um, uh, being done by the white population versus Hispanic and blacks. Okay, all right, and so ask yourself why. Why are Hispanics so underrepresented here? Okay, um, as a culture maybe, especially with the current climate, where if you have uncertain prospects in terms of whether you have citizenship or your green card or whatever, what's going down in our country with ICE, um, you're you're less likely to go get care. Okay, and that's the reality of that. All right, so that's pretty much how you do it, guys. So you just kind of go through it, analyze it, do read through what they have to say because it will help you, okay, a little bit in terms of the understanding. Okay, all right. God, I forgot the third group. Okay, so and then the third selection down here. Okay, we did race and ethnicity. Let's look at as a share. Okay, of income. Okay, so we're going to go down here and we'll do race and ethnicity. Okay, boom, as a share of income. Okay, all righty. And we see that the median out of pocket is 12% for whites, 11 for black, 7 for Hispanics, 12% overall. We can look at it, go back and look at education group like we saw earlier. Okay, so education level, and we see right there. Okay, so you see right now that the higher educated people make more money, and so it's a less of a share of their overall income, right? So play with it, see what you come up with, have perspective and analysis, okay? So there's 1, 2, 3 graphs that you do that on for, 2 different groups. This is why the papers expands a little bit from 2 to 4, all right? Cool. All right, so I think that's it, guys, and please email us if you have any problems. You can even text me at 949-292-5198. Give me a call, and I'll help you guys out. All right? All righty. So with that, I'm going to stop, and we'll see you next time with the lecture.